So, the idiot that I am dating, I love him dearly. He's amazing. But he, we were talking the other night, and he was like, there's this book that, I'm not in frame, I'm sort of in frame. There's this book that I read when I was in 5th grade, and I can't think of it, and I was like, talk to me. I read a lot of books, and more to the point, I have a Twitter following of a few hundred people who've also read a lot of books. We could maybe find it for you. And he's like, okay, this book is about, what'd he say? It was like, it's a middle grade fantasy novel. He read it when he was in 5th grade, and it was like, he said it was like about the right age range. And about a prince who wanted to prove to his father that he was a man, so he went off to kill a dragon, came home, put the dragon head on the wall, and like, the end. And he was like, there's a lot I don't remember, but that was the general gist of the story. And I was like, I'm fairly certain I've never read this story. You know, like, we haven't read everything. It's fine. So I asked on Twitter, and he started going through and looking through all the 20th century books, middle grade children's books that had dragons in them. And like 45 minutes later, he goes, oh, I figured out the book. It's The Hero and the Crown by Robin McKinley. And I have it over here. The Hero and the Crown by Robin McKinley, which I've read, and I love this book. I really like this book. It's not about, the main character's a girl, first of all. Second of all, it's about a lot more than her killing the dragon. Like, that's sort of like, not a small bit of the story, but like, it's not the whole story, and just, I don't know. I don't know how that description really relates to this book at all, but I'm loaning it to him, and I'm also loaning him The Blue Sword, because they're both by Robin McKinley, and they're both great, and they're like a duology, part of a series. They're like related. I don't think they're actually a duology, but like this one is like the prequel to this. Like, read this first, and then this is sort of about like the heroes and the myths of this one, and it's like really cool and great. But like, how is that anything like what he described? Like, it's about a girl whose name is Erin, not a boy. And he's like, oh, I must have just put myself into the story. Like, thanks. That makes it real helpful to find the books you're looking for. But yeah, I don't know. These are great though. Like, I'm gonna loan them to him, but like, as soon as he's done, I'm probably gonna reread them at some point, because I haven't read them since college, and like, I was sort of in a weird mood in college with like reading everything. So yeah, and also, yes, I'm wearing like a dress because I'm about to go out. I'm about to like take him these books. And this dress is like too big. Like, it doesn't look too big because I'm sitting down and like leaning over, but like it is too big, and it keeps like falling down, and it's very uncomfortable.
Waiting for. Join with me right here and now. Become the Keyblade. He told me the only way the Keyblade can be forged is if you and me fight.
Quick update, life update, you know, etc. I have started Jurassic Park, which I am buddy reading with Erica's Bookish World. I'm also reading it for Sarcasm and Sci-Fi's book club thing that she's doing. There's like either a live show or a video or something going up later this month about this. I'm not really up on that because I am bad at keeping up with things like that, but it's a thing, so if you want to read it or you want to join in for that, check out her channel or hit her up. And like, like, I'm just like, I just finished the first iteration and I'm reading the second one today, and I'm really enjoying it. It's very, very well done, at least what I've read so far. And it's really funny because I'm picking this up immediately after finishing Meg. I literally finished Meg. Today's the 2nd. I finished it the night of the 31st. So like, I literally picked them up back to back. And I never read books like this because they have a very similar premise. And I literally never pick up books that are like killer animal sci-fi action-y things. So to have both of them back to back is very strange. And the fact that they're just so incredibly different. Like, this is very well done. This is like beautifully written, at least so far. It's like very interesting, very in-depth. Meg was like complete trash, like fun sometimes, but mostly just like really poorly done overhaul. And just, it's really like the comparison between the two is just like really interesting. But I'm really enjoying this, very much looking forward to continuing it on. I'm reading the next like 60 pages today, so there's that. I also wanted to do my February TBR. I know I've said that like I'm trying not to do TBRs and like plan too many books, And I'm not, like, genuinely, I am trying to stick with that. I just figured I'd go over the books I'm reading for readathons and read-alongs and such this month. The first was Jurassic Park, obviously, which I've already started. The second is A Season of Daring Greatly by Ellen Emerson White. This is for the BookTube rereadathon for my underrated book choice. I really love this book. I adore Ellen Emerson White, so I'm very much excited to get into this one again. And then I have Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan. This is for the Literary Alliance book club on Facebook. Kylie Graham is one of the hosts, creators of that, and they're reading this month. So I'm very excited to get into this. I've been meaning to get to it. I got it out from the library in the end of December and still haven't read it, so definitely this month. And then the final book, because this is like a very small TBR, this is just like what I'm planning for book clubs and all that such, because I'm trying to do some more of those instead of readathons. And then Inkheart by Cornelia Funk, which I may or may not be reading with Kylie A. I don't know what we're doing. We're going to buddy read this eventually, but it hasn't really been on a priority for me, and I know she's very busy right now, so like I'm not gonna be upset if we don't get to this for a minute. So this is sort of like an iffy, we'll get to it when we get to it, and I'm not really concerned at all. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the 3 that I do have planned, and then, you know, obviously whatever else I have going on, because those 3 books won't take me through the month. I will probably read The Lost World, which is the second in the Jurassic Park books as well. Like, I mean, not if I, like, hate Jurassic Park, but because I am enjoying it. I'll probably add that one in just because I do tend to read series and duologies, like, in one sitting, like, in one go. If I read one, I tend to, like, binge read them all. So I figure, like, 3, 4, maybe 5 Inkheart's kind of iffy on my TBR is very doable for the month, and it gives me, like, a lot of options to pick up whatever I want. But book clubs are fun. I'm trying to, like, participate in more of those, and especially, like, buddy reads as well, but especially, like, book clubs and read-alongs, because there's less pressure involved, and if I don't read a book, or if I'm behind, it's not, like, as big of a deal. Like, if I'm in a group of 5 and I'm behind, like, no one really cares. But if I'm buddy reading it, I do feel, like, really bad if I get behind, or I'm busy, or I, like, can't text the person or whatever. So there's that. I'm very excited. February's looking like it's going to be a really good month. January was, like, a weird month because I read nothing for the first 2 weeks of January, and then I read 11 books, 3 of them on the last 2 days. So I don't know. Hopefully February is a little bit more even, because I'd like to get, like, a little bit more consistent with my reading instead of just, like, binging it all at once. And I really failed Tome Infinity for January, and I think that's sort of solidified that I'm not going to be doing any more readathons unless they're, like, sort of, like, planned differently, like my rereadathon is, because that's just 1 book a month, which I feel like is very good for me, versus, like, planning a TBR for a whole month and then, like, not reading any of those books. One thing I forgot to mention earlier, and now it's, like, dark and terrible quality in my room, but I did forget to mention that I DNF'd 2 series in January, which is really good for me because I have a really bad habit of being a completionist, which I'm fine with in books. Like, I'm not trying to DNF a whole bunch of books or, like, start DNFing books, because I just really don't want to. That's not the kind of reader I am. And but I do want to get better at DNFing series that I don't enjoy. Like, if I read a book or 2 and I just don't want to continue on, I want to be able to stop and not just keep going for the sake of finishing the series, because it's really not worth it. And I DNF'd both the Meg series and the Charlotte Holmes series. So hopefully I will not pick up any more of those books, because I really don't want to. And it's just, I feel like it's nice for me to be able to just, like, put down a series and not have to, like, go through all the books when there are an excessive number of books, just because I feel like I need to finish it. So I've been a little bit absent on BookTube lately. I've sort of been taking a little break, like, not a big one. It's just been, like, the past week I've been extra tired and haven't been, like, in the mood for a lot of watching or filming or editing, so I just kind of was like, I'll take a few days off here and there and, like, hopefully feel better about it, and now I do. Like, I think it's just one of those things, like, you need a break to, like, refresh your mind and be fully rejuvenated into it again. So, yeah, that's kind of, like, why I haven't been posting a lot or commenting a lot, but I'm hoping to get back to that this week and, like, get back into my normal schedule with all the booktube related things, and, yeah. Starting with my vlog tonight, which hopefully will be up on time, but it's like 8:15, so probably not. The other thing, that was just like a quick little thing I wanted to say, just because like I know I haven't been around and I haven't been like active and stuff, but I will be this week, hopefully. The other thing is I got a package, I got a book. I don't know what it is. Someone sent me a book off my wish list. I don't know who, but thank you. I suppose I will find out who. And it's also in this like giant cardboard thing, which I don't know why, but it is. I should have opened this prior to this vlog. Jesus. Well, it's a bestseller, I see that much. Okay, come here. Come here. Oh, somebody sent me the Virgin Suicides. Guys. Oh my god. I was literally just talking. Wait, who sent it? Kristen? Oh my gosh. Kristen, thank you so much. Kristen from Book of Calamity sent me this because I was just complaining about how my library didn't have it, and I was going to have to like buy my own copy, and I was like saving up an unhaul to go to my used bookstore so I could like afford to buy a new copy, which they may or may not have. But thank you so much, Kristen. I absolutely love this, and this is such a pretty copy. Like, it literally means so much that like you saw my video and that got it for me. Like, thank you so much. I'm just like shook, kind of. Like, this is the nicest thing. This is really so nice. Like, I don't know what to say. This is just the sweetest thing, and I'm so excited. And oh my god, I haven't read this book in like 10 years, and I'm planning to read it in March, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Kristen. Like, genuinely, this is the nicest thing.